Hi everyone, it's great to see you again. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Bill Benoist, and I'm all about embracing retirement with purpose, passion, and new beginnings. And in today's video, I'm going to make it a short one, but I want to share with you 5 reasons why I think now is the ideal time to retire or take an early retirement if you can. Because quite frankly, I retired at the age of 62. It was a little over 4 years ago, and I have never once regretted that decision. I love my life right now, and I am so happy that I can do this. And I'm no one special out there. I'm not a rich person or anything, and I'll talk a little bit about, how I do things. But the first reason why I would suggest thinking about retiring right now is that you're going to be able to take control of your future, because quite frankly, there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. I mean, as I'm recording this, in fact, I got to tell you that I wasn't even planning on thinking about this video until all of this stuff happened, which is right now a government shutdown. And I don't know what's going to happen with this government shutdown, but Trump is talking about terminating thousands of federal employees. They may not even be able to get their job back. We still got the inflation out there. About a month ago, I did a video on the August jobs report, which was not very favorable. We just have, and by the way, I'm not meaning to make this video political or anything. I'm just stating facts out there. And right now, maybe it's time to start thinking about taking control of our future rather than putting our future in some other person or company or government's hands. The second reason is just really it would be to protect our health and well-being. Everything that I talked about is really going to be stressful on a body. I have a friend of mine who recently retired, and he retired a couple of months ago. He was a network engineer, and I was talking to him just this last week, and he said, Bill, he says, one of the nicest things that I have to look forward to is not having to look at my phone in the morning to see if there's some kind of server or something down. Can you imagine? And living with that kind of stress, for 30 years, I mean, he worked for decades as a network engineer. And just having that stress of, is there going to be a server down, that something go down during the night? And I was also in the IT department. I totally understood that stress. And I got to tell you, I mean, it's so nice for me to look at my email nowadays, and 90% of it is spam. And the other 10% is maybe some friends and some comments from this YouTube channel. So that's the second reason. The third reason is you've been paying into Social Security your entire working career. And maybe now it's time to enjoy what you've been paying for while you can. When I decided to take an early retirement, one of the things that I looked at was, okay, if I take retirement at the age of 62, how much less would I get than if I took it at 65 or 66 and a half? And it was a big chunk of money. But then what I looked at is I said, well, how much at 62, and how much would that be all the way to the age of 70? Let me give you an example. Let's say that Social Security is going to be $2,000 a month. Now, it's going to be a different amount for every single person out there, depending upon what you were earning. And there's always a maximum. And I believe that I got the maximum out of this when I did retire. And again, I'm no one special that I have a lot of money or anything, but let's stay with the example. Retiring at 62, you get $2,000 a month. And over the course of the next 8 years, until you're the age of 70, $2,000 a month, you're not including any of the COLAs or anything, the cost of living adjustments that Social Security gives you every year. You have made $192,000. Let me repeat that, $192,000. Now, let's say that instead of retiring at the age of 62, you retire at 66 and a half. You now get $3,000 a month. But the thing is, from 66 and a half to the age of 70, I'm gonna round it up to 4 years. I'm gonna round it up to 4 years. 4 years, you have made 144,000. 192,000 versus 144,000. Now, here's the other thing that I believe is really an advantage. Reason number 4. You're going to be able to diversify your Social Security benefits beyond the government system, your retirement benefits beyond the government system. So what do I mean by that? When you're in corporate America, you're slaving over, your job, working 50, 60 hours a week, and you really don't have time for anything else. But once you stop working and you're collecting Social Security, you now have the option, if you want, to be able to create some different kinds of income streams. And this is something that I really enjoyed. And I promote to a lot of people on this channel. So for example, I have a YouTube channel. I get a little bit of money from there. I have an online class. I had developed an online class when I was doing career coaching after leaving corporate America. I did that for 10 years, I guess it was, part-time and then full-time a little bit. That online class still makes a little bit of money. And I also do photography, and that is monetized as well. And then on top of all that, I actually plan on starting a second YouTube channel in the near future. It's going to be on photography, and hopefully I'll get that one monetized too. I don't need the money, but it's nice, and it really is nice of a supplement. But the thing is that you're able to diversify yourself, your income beyond that Social Security, and you wouldn't be able to do that working in corporate America. Now, the fifth reason, and this is being able to live with purpose. Just a moment ago, I talked about my YouTube channel. That is my purpose. That's what gets me up in the morning. And I don't really look at it as a stream of income. I mean, quite frankly, I can easily take a loss of that. I got a good tax guy, by the way, to write off a lot of things. But bottom line is that you're going to have a purpose in life. You have the ability to create that. And if you're just working 60 hours a week, you're probably, and I know this from doing my career coaching, I remember people being let go or losing their job at the age of 50, 55, and they come in to see me and they say, Bill, I need to get a new job, but I want to do something different. I don't know what that is, but I want to feel like I'm making a difference out there. I want to feel like I'm having a purpose. And you'll be able to have that, the option of doing that when you take a retirement. So, 5 reasons why I believe now is the time to really start considering taking an early retirement. I hope you found this video informative, useful, helpful, inspirational. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell notification, as I do upload new videos every week, and I'd hate for you to miss one. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.